Hey kiddos, it's Tanglewood Sue, back with you. Hoping you can hear me too. It's fine. I promise to keep reading my comments a little better. Let me make sure my necklace doesn't interfere. They're doing construction on my building. It's always something. It's a train, it's construction. It's always something, but I'm happy to be here. Welcome replay viewers, welcome YouTube viewers, welcome everybody. I'm Tanglewood Sue, I'm right outside DC, and you guys, I've got my masterclass. I've got my masterclass this weekend, oh my God, I'm so excited. It's at the She Shed in Baltimore, and here's what I wanna tell you. You can't come. Because it's sold out, but here's the deal. I talked to Dawn, and she's putting together a wait list so that we can have this party again. We'll just have another party. That's the beauty of classes. We can just have another one. But I am going to be, as I did in Florida, painting with Daydream Apothecary. I am going to be painting a ton of pieces. And although I don't get super nervous about teaching, I love it, but I can get flustered, and I do need to have some kind of like idea of what I'm doing. I don't want to just willy-nilly, oh my God, now they're cutting things. They were just painting. Okay, hopefully you guys can't hear that too much. Hey Diane. So what I wanted to do today with you guys is do a little smushing and mushing and testing out some colors for these pieces. Are y'all down with that? Are y'all happy about that? Basically, you're going to help me do my homework in order to get ready for the event. So what I'm doing is making a mess. These folks at She Shed sell Daydream, Dixie Belle, and DIY. So they said it's dealer's choice. So for this event, for the colors that I want to do, I'm going to be using Debbie's Design Diary chalk and clay-based paint. I don't know that I'll do all the pieces in that, but I'm going to get started with that because I'm not feeling like fall. I'm not ready for fall. I'm not. Maybe I am. It just feels like we're still in the heat of the summer, and I want to enjoy the last little drop of summer that I can get out. That being said, I'm aware that everybody's got pumpkins out right now. I get it. So, and I'm behind. I'm always behind. That's why it was really hard for me to have a shop, because I like to be in the season that I am. That's where I want to be. So if I have to be in a season, if I have to be a season ahead, y'all, I've barely caught up to the season that I'm in. Right, Diana? I've barely caught up to the season that I'm in, much less a season ahead. So it is August, and we're gonna do a little fall kind of theme on this and see how it goes. Okay, you ready? Ready. All right, so I'm just getting a canvas. Just happen to have this. It's kind of a mess. I'm starting with Queen Bee. I'm using my Daydream brushes though because I love them, and they don't shed like my hair, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and get this on, but we're gonna kind of blend right into it. I think that people did not realize that I would actually go live on time today because I've been going live so much later. That's okay. Thank you even more to the replay viewers. That's all right. And you can hear me all right, right? All right, I promise to keep a better eye on the comments because last night everybody was freaking out because they couldn't hear anything. I mean, fine. Trying to decide how I want to do this. Because I definitely am feeling like the base is going to be this gold. And hey Pam, and then we're going to kind of work into that gold. And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to leave any space at all for a color other than that. All right, hold on, let me clamp that down. And I want to test out some colors too. So I did this piece years ago that was kind of a mustard with a little bit of a winey red color, and a hint of a turquoise. Anyway, I really loved it. I really loved it. And so that's kind of what I'm envisioning going on. But this is like, I'm okay doing this on a live where I'm kind of thinking like, oh, well, I put this on first, well, I put this on second, but for the class, you know, I want to know which colors I'm doing. Now I got to tell you, at the Daydream, I didn't even have time to think about it. We got all these new colors like the day of. So there was no time to think, oh, what kind of color scheme should I do? Really, I mean, some people maybe had it more mapped out than me. Let's just put that on there. And while there is life in my brush, no, seriously, while there is, I feel like I want another something to wipe off on that is, oh, I can do it on here. While this is on there, I want to be able to kind of blend in another color right into it, So this is going to get ugly. It might not. This is cherry picked now. Let's see if I can get this to come out without it. This is kind of the muscadine kind of color that I'm going for. Now that I'm looking at it, that is way too brown. All right, give me a second here. I think what we need to do is mix that with a little bit, I don't need to yell because I've got the thing on. I think we need to mix it with a little red or even a little kissing booth. Can y'all hear that construction too much? I do apologize. Let's mix that together a little bit. All right, so basically I'm taking the cherry picked, which I just find to be too dark a color for my palette. I'm mixing it with a little bit of Kissing Booth. That's more what I'm going for. That's more what I'm going for. See? Okay, let's see what happens now with these. So, kind of putting that on a little strong. I'm just testing out some colors to see kind of how they blend. Will it blend? Will it blend? And these are kind of pretty starkly different colors, you guys, so we shall see. But let's, and this is a little different than wood, obviously. It's a canvas. So it'll behave differently. I'm seeing it. It'll behave differently when I get to the masterclass, you know? And this is also only the first layer. So right now, the only thing I'm trying to do is decide which colors I'm gonna blend on this thing. Which colors I'm gonna blend. So I'm just gonna kind of go back in here. And I'm not trying to get it, hopefully nobody's tuning in and going, what is that? What is she doing? I'm just blending colors. I'm not thinking about it being anything at all. Although I am kind of digging this scheme here, right? I want to kind of come around, just kind of play. What happens if I bring that over? It might still be a little bit too bold. Like I might need to lighten that up a little bit. Okay. All right. But I'm seeing some colors that I think are going to kind of play out and work pretty well. Are y'all with me on that? Now, the other color that I want to bring into this is an olive green or even a chartreuse. So I don't know if you guys know this. This is a very, a lot of people don't know this. But to get green, to get like an army green or an olive green, the trick is actually using black. I know, who knew? So my friend taught me this. So I'm gonna put just the teeniest bit of black. And this, I'm just using an acrylic. Why am I using an acrylic? Because Debbie's black is not a true black. It's kind of like a really dark gray. And I don't want to lighten, I want this to be dark tones. And actually, even on the piece, if we do this, we might even use dark wax on top of it. So let's see what happens if we kind of mix that. Are you seeing what's happening? That's what I want. That's what I want. All right, so let's get a little bit of that on there. And now I'm mixing that with Queen Bee. And so I'm getting kind of a really dark olive, almost chartreuse, by doing that. I'm gonna hold up a true chartreuse so you can see. So I made this color. This is the color that is the outside of my building. So this is what I consider to be Tanglewood Green. It's showing up kind of neon green on there, but it's actually a mix of Benjamin Moore colors that I specially formulated to get kind of this shade. But it's a little bit more yellow than what a lot of people will think of as chartreuse. I actually did a search on chartreuse recently, and I mean, some people really think this is chartreuse. It can be. It's in that family. It's in that family. So let's just put some on here and see what happens with that. I'm digging that. I'm digging that. Where is everybody today? Where's our team? Where's our team? Did I get canceled? No, it's fine. I need to get ready for my trip, so I was like, oh, I gotta get in here. I gotta get going on this. All right, so there's that green. How are we feeling about this color scheme, guys? How are we feeling about that? I think I need a different brush. When you're working with, let's see, Agnes got me the mister bottle, and I said, make sure you have that mister bottle. There it is. No problem. Y'all can hear me okay? Everybody's so quiet. Okay. So let's just try to blend these colors all together. If you guys are going to the masterclass, please, please, please let me know. And let me know what you think of this, of these colors in particular. Oh my gosh. I'm loving that green. I'm loving that green. You guys digging it? Melanie, did you get my message? It's okay. I was hoping you'd come play and paint with me today, but we didn't finalize it. I wasn't sure if you got, and I'm so bad at following up because I forget where I followed up. Sorry for not replying. Oh, you broke a tooth and drove to Durham? Oh, honey. Hey, Julie, you like it? Oh, good. All right, let me put on some more of this green so we can really see. Oh, I totally understand, my darling. I totally understand. So I'm being a little messy with this because I want to see all these colors against each other so I can decide on the piece itself. Like, will I go, what will be against what? You know what I mean? Which colors will be against which colors, so to speak. So I kind of decide. Let's see here. So for those of you just joining us, I'm making this green color by mixing black into Queen Bee. Okay, that's how you do it. And then I'm just kind of plopping it on there and then mushing it around. Probably wouldn't do it quite that way on the furniture, but it's easier with the canvas. I actually kind of like that black too. All right, so I'm starting to see kind of the colors. I'm looking at it here reflected. Now the other color, oh, thank you, Susan. Oh God, hold on, let me turn off my phone. Okay, the other color that I used when I did this once before was actually mermaid tail, kind of a light a light blue, almost like a minty blue. I'm not sure if I want to do this color or a different blue, but let's play. Let's play with it and see how this one goes. I might need mint chip. Actually, the more I look at it, I think it's going to need to be more green than blue. So I think this blue is going to take us over in a different spectrum that I don't know if I want to go to, but we can try it. Girl, you driving now? You got me on, you watching me? Or are you just listening to me? Okay, let's see here. Couldn't find my little opener. Oh, geez. Y'all, I'm embarrassed at what this looks like. It's like it has not been stirred in years. That is the beauty of this paint, you guys. It does not, I've never really had it go bad. I've never had it go bad, so we can try this. I think it's a little too turquoisey for what I want to do, but let's put a little bit on there and just see, and then I might go grab my mint chip. I think that is the other color I want to do. Let's see. Okay, let me just turn this off and turn off everything. Do y'all ever want to just throw your phone down a drain? Well, one of my friends just did that. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her for doing it. I really don't. Except she lost a bunch of contact. Oh, darling. All right, so there. I went right over that just to see what happens if we get a little bit, kind of that turquoisey blue. It just makes a different kind of green, which is actually quite pretty. Not quite what I'm going for, though. It's taking it in a different direction. It's too blue for me. It's too blue for me. So let me see if I can find mint chip. If y'all don't mind, or maybe it wasn't mermaid tail. Maybe it was like sea glass or something. I'll have to look and see. But that's why we're playing. So at the class, we will have all the colors ready. And really, we're going to just be talking about how we're going to be blending these colors together. And let's try this one. This is kind of, it's not exactly mint chip, but this is kind of more along the lines of what I'm thinking. And I am using a ton of brushes right now because this is such a small canvas. I just don't really have time for the paint to kind of run its course as much as I would. Yeah, that's a little better. Do you see what I mean? See what I mean? It's not quite as competing with that. And then we kind of can fade it out. And then we'll go back over everything. Okay. I'm kind of seeing it. I want to keep putting in just the queen bee because I still think that's going to be our base. It's very quiet. Okay, I can pump it up a little bit. Is that better? I just didn't want it to like blow out. Tell me if that sounds a little better for you, darling. Maybe I'm quiet today. Maybe I'm not yelling. Today. All right, let's go ahead and put more queen bee up there. Judith, tell me if that sounds better now. Yes, okay, good. I can't hear myself back, obviously, so. And sometimes I've gone and listened to the live after the fact, and I was like, oh, I was totally distorted. It was too high. All right, let's just hit that. I guess the argument could be made that I've made some kind of landscape here, but that certainly wasn't my intention. a landscape of what, I don't know, a volcano that stopped right before it hit anything. I don't know. All right, so let's go back over it all again. And we can kind of start playing a little bit more now that we have a base on there. I want to do a little bit more of that red. So for those of you just jumping on with me, this is Kissing Booth and Cherry Picked, which looks very pink on the screen. It's actually, see that? Now that looks nice. I'm going to try to blend them right on the page. Let's see what happens there. I know that's dark, but that's why we're testing it. Part of it's that if we're going to do the class, I don't want people having to blend colors that are going to be like literally too difficult to blend, because trying to blend a yellow and a brown may or may not, you know, play itself out very well if you're just learning. If you're just learning with me, so I don't want to overwhelm you guys. I want to overwhelm you. But let's see. So I'm just kind of practicing how light, how dark, how many colors we're gonna do. Are there any colors y'all really like, or you don't want to see, or you're like, yeah, that doesn't work? I'm just going in with straight Kissing Booth now, just to see how that blends in. So what I'm gonna do tomorrow, or Saturday, is go up and put a base color down, because you can't really do the smush and mush on something that is this fresh, because I need to be able to push down and move the paints around. So, so this is more about just making sure that they're smush and mush worthy colors that will blend well together, because I've started a number of pieces, you guys, that unfortunately, I think I did it on one of the neon pieces. I had a vision in my head of what it was going to be, and that vision just did not play out, and I had to start completely over. There we go. It does look like, it looks like little happy trees almost. Mostly want to see if this, what happens between Cherry Picked and Queen Bee. Is it working for you guys? Again, there's nothing I'm making here. I'm not trying to make anything. I'm just trying to carefully, somewhat blend colors to see if I want to do the pink over here into the green to see how that goes. If that starts to get too muddy or not. It starts to get a little muddy, but I like it. It's kind of like, you still can't hear me today? I can turn it up more. All right, how's that? Well, it should be, oh my gosh, you guys, I just figured it out. I just figured it out. No, it's because of when I turn the camera. It's not going through my mic. I didn't have it going through the mic. The mic is not, the mic is on, and I went to check the sound this time, and I realized that, well, it sounds good, I think, when I'm facing the camera, but when I'm facing away, I'm not actually on the microphone. let me just test one more thing. All right, I will be more aware of the fact that I am, y'all can't hear me when I turn away. And I will get a new microphone because this one is causing me angst. It just cut out completely yesterday and it's not working today. What do you guys think? Color-wise. Bring it up a little bit. I'm also not that loud because I'm thinking more. Me likey? I like it, you guys. So what I'm gonna do now is let it dry so I can kind of keep mushing with it. All right, there's one more color I wanna put in here. Give me 1 second. I think this is actually a daydream blue, but it's similar to, it's similar to sea glass. No, it may not need it. It may not need it. Sorry, for me to actually figure out what I'm doing, I'd have to kind of stand right in front of you. But I'm digging all the different variations I'm getting, so I think this is gonna work for one of the pieces that I'm doing. I think that's gonna work. Any questions? And if I'm working with DIY, I'm gonna be able to kind of pull back the layers from underneath. Moody, dramatic meadow. Yes, on fire. On fire. So with a wet brush, I can also kind of keep blending and blending and blending and blending. So basically what I'm trying to do is make sure, and I think this is really important to set your class up for success. If you bring in colors that in and of themselves are not easy to blend. So there's colors that you can layer and there's colors that you can blend, okay? So layering colors, they're usually kind of keeping in their own lane. So, you know, you can layer a yellow and a black for, you know, in that story. But when I'm teaching, and I used to do this as well when they would come into the studio, and they would pick out these colors that I just knew that they liked because they were complementary, but learning how to blend with them, we were gonna end up with a muddy piece. And I also wanna say that even though Debbie's paints are very rich in pigment, they are all still a little bit grayed out. So it is easy, unfortunately, if you're new to this and you use too much, to kind of end up with a muddy experience. And that's what I'm trying to help people not have, is that muddy experience, is helping them figure out that, you know, getting a little bit of brown is totally okay, but let it be deliberate. Let it be deliberate. So I just like to kind of go in and have the colors that I want to use on a specific piece. So I may not have a lot of control over this piece because everybody's going to be painting. I did learn that. So like in here, the cherry picked, that's kind of dark. I might set the cherry picked off to the side a little bit. We might just start in the morning with the queen bee and a little bit of mermaid tail, and a little bit of mint chip, that kind of thing. Like let's just, and then we'll ease into the other colors. Hey Devlin, how are you, darling? Hold on, I have to stand in front of you. But I actually really like that. I actually really like it. I do that. The other thing, you guys, is I want to make sure that whatever I'm creating, my hosts will be able to sell. Because I thought about that. I'm like, you know, I don't want to do something that's so out there that we all have fun with, but then, you know, it can't sell. I want to make sure it sells. It's something they can actually, you know, put on the floor. And my stuff already takes a long time to sell, so I wanted to make sure that it was kind of moody but interesting. So I think I need to stop messing with it for now. No, I can't stop. I want to put in a little bit more of that blue. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. All right. Let's just do, I'm gonna look at you and then paint. Let me see if I can do it this way. Oh yeah. Is that how Bob Ross did it? Is that how he did it? He didn't even look? No, I think he looked at the canvas. But I'm actually getting a more organic feel doing it that way. All right, so the colors I'm going to suggest for this piece, don't worry, it's gonna look totally different on a piece of furniture. I have no idea what iteration we will do of this. Is going to be, oh God, Queen Bee, cherry picked, kissing booth, a little bit of black. What else did I do? A little bit of mermaid tail, and a little bit of mint chip. We good? Hey Amy, hello from Indiana, Ann. Missing. Oh, that's okay, Amy. I'm just happy to see you when you're here, darling. I'm happy to see you when you're here. And you can kind of catch me just about anywhere these days. It's going to be really funny, you guys. All right, I have to stop. And then I'll let you know. It's going to be really funny when I start getting more of the, I'll hold that up. It's not quite, yeah, that's kind of in there. I kind of wanted to have a chartreuse in there for fall. It's going to be funny, kiddos, when I do get hired for these UGC contracts. So for those of you who don't know, I'm doing some freelancing, doing user-generated content for other brands. Because why? Because I'm good at it, and I know how to make engaging short-form content because I do. And I've realized that is something that's in high demand. And so I'm going to offer my services, and I have. And I've started getting a lot of leads. I've turned a bunch down, but there have been enough that I'm sure I'll be doing a fair amount in the near future. But I am a little bit concerned with what is going to happen. I'll probably wear my wig. Like, I won't be Tanglewood Sue, right? I'll be a different character. But like, there was one that tried to hire me. I'm not going to do it, but it was like for solar panels or something like that. It was fine. Like I said, I'm not going to do anything having to do with like get rich quick schemes or real estate or supplements. Like, there's certain things I'm like, no. If you want me to test your cleaning product or your wrinkle remover or any of that, sure, bring it. I got you. I'll use it. But I'm not doing crap that is crap. But I am a little bit worried about you guys like scrolling TikTok one day. I'm like, wait. Because they're putting ads behind these things. Hey, Betty, they're putting serious ads. So if I end up doing one of these, like, they're putting thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of ads behind it. So you will see it. You will see it. It will be like, you know, seeing, I was trying to equate myself to a movie star, and then that just seemed wrong as soon as I started to get the sense of it. Imagine a movie star and you see him on a cat commercial or something, you know. No, that sounds sad. No, this is good. We want this for me. We want this for me. We want this for me. All right, so we good with these colors? I think we are. I think I'm doing more than one piece. So what we could do actually is have one piece that kind of centers maybe like kind of in here, right? And then we could have another piece that just kind of centers up in here. I actually feel like we need more of a brown, but I think we can do that with wax. What paint did you use today? Hey Betty, we're just wrapping up. Oh my gosh, let me see if I can remember it again. We used Queen Bee, and then we mixed a little bit of the Queen Bee with black to get kind of this olive color. To get like this really cool olive color. I can put some of that back on here. There we go. Kind of like a dark chartreuse, okay? And then we put in a little bit of mint chip down here at the bottom, kissing booth, and I always forget, and cherry picked, and a little bit of mermaid tail. So I'm just trying to play around with some color schemes for my masterclass on Sunday. And I think now they do look like happy little trees, like floating in purple clouds. Sure. Why wouldn't they be? Why wouldn't they be? Yes, these are all DIY colors. So you guys, if you are missing the masterclass, not to worry. If you do want to come in town for the next one, I'm sure when I get there with the gals, we will pick a date. Go ahead and get on the wait list at the She Shed. I asked Dawn if they're going to post something on their page. If they don't, at least message me here and I'll make sure you're on the wait list for the next one. Because I think we're going to have a blast. I think these are the tones that I'm going to use on the pieces. I may bring in other colors, I may not, but I kind of feel like these represent fall in kind of a nice way, and I think they're going to be easy to blend. You saw me do it right here, and we'll have some fun with that, okay? All right, my darlings, thank you so much for jumping on with me. I need to get all my stuff together and get ready to go. So I won't see you until next Tuesday. My son leaves for college on Monday, so y'all better be here on Tuesday to keep me company, because I'm going to need your company again, just like last year. And I can't find my button anymore. There we go. Please come keep me company. All right, you guys, have a fantastic evening. We'll see you later. Bye. Bye, Catherine. Bye, Amy. Take care, you guys.